Good evening, Andy.
All right. Good evening.
Happy Dad Tales Day, my friend.
Good start. Whenever I listen back, you're always right chirpy when we start.
And then get really grumpy as you go.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's all right.
It's our road, boy.
How are you?
Had a good week, mate.
I didn't ask you that. I just asked how it was. We'll get to that.
I'm good, mate. I'm pretty merry.
Yeah.
Chin.
It's a shock. It's Monday and you're having a beer.
Got work tomorrow. I think I've got a problem, but no one takes them seriously.
You've got a few problems. Where do we start?
So, don't wish to hijack the episode.
Oh,
But before I left the house this evening, we had a great conversation, me and the wife and the kids, right? To the point where they try getting us to say, so if I said to you, say I and then spell cup.
I-C-U-P.
Right, so they're doing that. But they did one, and it was, I can't think what it was, but it was something, and he ended up with, I like sex. And I think it was like half 60 somewhere anyway. I don't know what it was, I can't remember off the top of my head, right? So.
It's good stuff so far.
No. So then we was like, what's that mean? As in, like, we don't know what sex means. So me and him were like, what's that mean? We don't understand. What does sex mean? And
I'm with you.
And then so Ava went, yeah, but it's 69, isn't it? And me and him was like, what's 69? He's like, that's the number of sex. That's the sex number. And then Noah went, yeah, I know about the sex number. 69. I was like, are we calling this number? Or what are we doing with this number? What's this number for?
Intervention.
Thing is that I was being a proper dad going, jump that lad, go on, boy.
You should have said that's the age you have to be to have sex.
Tell you what I could do with you in my house, because me and him just went, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. So we had the right conversation leaving the house. We just played dumb. We just absolutely played dumb as in like, yeah, we don't know what 69 is. I love 69. It's my favourite number as well, kids. High five.
You wink to the boy.
You know, boy. So, yeah, so we had an interesting night.
Awkward conversations with kids.
Well, it wasn't awkward. I found it quite funny, to be fair. So
it's weird, though, isn't it? Because you don't want to give them too much information.
Oh, I don't tell them what it is.
But then you don't want them to be going to school going, oh, just chatting about 69s with me dad.
Yeah, we don't. Hang on, it's a word of fear. We don't have that conversation.
Yeah, when they go to back to school tomorrow, they're just going.
Strikes tomorrow. Ava's day off.
Andy's got to a ball. So there's certain classes that are on strike, isn't there?
Yeah.
And Andy's had to, her teachers being at school.
Yeah, so is Noah's. I think Noah thinks like conspiracy theory against him. Because Ava's had this is going to be the third day off of theirs.
Yeah, it's third one, isn't it?
Do you know what sticks in my throat a little bit?
I don't know. To do with 69.
No, not 69. That sticks in her throat, not mine. Right, so
Feel a bit ill.
we got an award. No.
I'm spitting all over. I'm squirting out my own mouth.
So we got like an attendance letter, and Noah's attendance is quite low. He's had a couple of like hospital appointments.
What percentage?
93 or something.
Not 69.
No, not 69%. And I've lost my train of thought.
So you got a letter of attendance. He's been naughty. Had a couple of doctor's appointments.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, so I was gonna say. So like, it's funny because are these strikes accumulating his attendance?
I don't think they do they?
What a load of bullshit that is then, because that's affecting my. Because it was like, do you know if your kid misses 10, if your child's 10 minutes late every day for the year, that equates to 1.3 days missed, or like nearly something like missed. But I said to him, I was like, wow, that's quite a lot when you think about that. What about these strike days? That's 3 days my daughter's missed on school, and her attendance is bloody brilliant. No, isn't as good.
They should have doctor's appointments then, shouldn't they?
Oh,
if she's missed a day, she should get that day back now. Like working.
Send her in a Saturday. Sorry, love. Teacher had a strike you off in on Saturday morning.
Yeah, isn't there something though that if you have a shit at work every day for 20 minutes, you got like 2 weeks at end of year?
It's more than that. Like, no, I've seen the exact same thing as you have.
Yeah.
20 minutes a day gives you, I don't know what it is, but it's bloody good swing.
It's good, isn't it?
Good job having half an hour shit in it. Winner!
Chicken dinner. So what have you been up to this week?
Not a great deal, to be fair, because the bank holiday weekend sort of, not scuppered it, but we've not been up to much. I took my mum she had like a a family get together. Someone wanted a family with 50 years married.
50 years.
So I drove her up to Derbyshire because family from Derbyshire. So down. It's down to Derbyshire, isn't it? So I drove her across the Pennines and took her across there yesterday.
I hope we didn't go across Pennines. That's a long ass way around.
Oh, no, it is. You go over Derbyshire. You go over Pennines to Derbyshire.
No.
You do.
I don't want to get into it, but you don't.
It's round. So Pennines goes over. You go. I skirted round the Pennines then, yeah. But this other side, the Pennines, is Sheffield, Derbyshire, Nottingham, all that. It's the other side of Pennines.
It's Peak District.
I don't know.
Pennines is like between Leeds and Manchester.
Yeah, but the other side of it's Nottingham.
You're not this bad at geography.
I'm telling you, the other side of Pennines is.
So Nottingham, Derbyshire is going towards the Midlands.
It is, yeah.
Manchester is going northwest.
Yeah, but that Pennines in the middle. I've been funny, mate, but that Pennines in the middle.
You're right. You're not
massive.
Funny.
It's massive.
It's Peak District.
No, because from like Derbyshire, like, they call us like, the long necks for looking over the Pennines at them. Call us long necks.
Wouldn't it just be easy to call us giraffes?
No, they call us long necks because we're always looking over the Pennines at
We'll
them.
discuss this afterwards. I'll get Google out. I'll get my Google map out. So, did you have a nice time?
Yeah, she loved it. for all of that we're laughing at. That's like I love to say, she loved it.
We've got a lovely little clip out there of you going, yeah, my mum.
She loved it. She loved it. Yeah, she had a good time.
She did, I bet.
How shall we be anyway? Get off me. Bloody hell.
It's been alright. I was out on Friday, Saturday.
Have you been?
Went out with boys.
Thanks for inviting.
Yeah. So
I knew about this. Yeah.
It's our Indian night.
Yeah, I heard because I spoke to Phil in morning because his daughter and my daughter play football together.
Yeah.
And he said I'm off out. And I was like, I bet. But I found I've not got an invite again. I know some of them.
Give us 8.
That is absolutely disgusting.
So this is
absolutely disgusting.
This is something I need to discuss with you. So I've been collecting this. I don't know if I can you say this?
I said to him the other day, you collect belly button fluff.
This is the fluff.
Mate, you are disgusting. You are disgusting.
This is about a month's worth of my belly button fluff that I've been collecting. Can we say that?
It's like lint from the dryer when I enter the dryer.
That's... Hang on.
Duh.
So...
Oh, that's disgusting. You pulse my belly button as well. That's disgusting.
I'm just going to add it to the jar. My kids think it's really funny.
I think it's atrocious.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting, man.
But yeah, I've got about half a little jar of
belly button fluff. I stick my finger in my belly button. I've got nothing coming out of my belly. Like, how are you producing belly button fluff? What's it from?
It's from your clothes, isn't it?
I've got clothes on. I'm not getting belly button fluff off it.
I've got a hungry belly button.
Yeah, but what? What is it? Like, if it's brand new clothes, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Do you know what as well? This is only when I remember to give my belly button a fingering.
Do you not wash?
Don't sniff it.
Yeah. Do I? Because man,
it doesn't smell.
I'll take your word for that, mate. Put it in my face on.
What's the most disgusting thing you've ever done?
The finger, not put my finger in belly button, but.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep that going. Just see how much we can get. We could have had this. We couldn't have had it as a competition because you're rubbish. You're rubbish belly button.
I get no, but my belly button is so. It's like a proper innie. Like I stick my whole finger in my belly button.
Yeah. Maybe it's in there. It's just so far back.
I've got really deep belly button.
So back to our night out, and it got onto the discussion of a previous podcast where we talked about dilute in water.
Hang on, so our podcast we talked about when you was out with your mates?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Who brought it up?
Who was listening? I think it was Harold brought it up.
Oh, nice. Hey, Harold.
And he mentioned that that we was wrong. Oh, I was wrong, because it was my argument on it.
Hang on, Harold, if you're listening, where's my invite to these Indian nights?
I've told him.
I'm a good laugh. I'm a good guy.
I've told him.
Nice guy.
You're not going.
You block him every time.
Everybody says, why don't Leon come? I'm like, no, he wants to.
Our principal now.
In fact, Harold did say, I was going to invite him, but I didn't have his number. I'm like, well, I didn't go so far as to go, well, could you just give
me his number? Yeah. I'll say
I would refuse. No, I'm not.
I'll say my number.
You're not allowed. So we've got talking about the dilute situation. About what do you put cordial in your glass before you put water in? Again, it creates a massive discussion. But like it was on the poll we did, it was about 60-40. Same.
Why are you putting water in then putting cordial in? Without going backtracking, what are you thinking?
No, I'm putting water in first and then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Because that's how it works. I've got a new one. I've started with my cereals, putting my milk in the bowl.
Shut up! Shut up! Right, turn it off. I'm done. Podcast over. I'm sick of this shit.
Genuinely, I've been putting my milk in first.
What will you? See, I've been like milking and go, I've no room for cereal now. At least I know what I put my cereal in and go, I'll put in the accordingly to what my cereal is. If I put milk in, I'd be like, oh, bollocks, I've got no room for fucking cereal now.
Why are you afraid of change?
I'm not afraid of change. It's just common sense. Do you know what it's like? It's like going for a piss and going, I forgot to take the zipper down, piss on my legs.
Piss first and then take
it down. And then go, oh, don't like change.
Just give it a try.
No.
This is what I was saying about the cordial thing. Just try it. Just try it.
If I get into like proper deep crap, when do you put your tea bag in then?
Actually, I do tea right. I don't change that system. My tea bag goes in, my sugar goes in, my hot water.
Sugar? Take that back, man. It's got to be water first, because then your tea bag soaks up with sugar. No.
Hey, it's all right that we're different. We're all different.
Jesus Christ,
you can't judge me on how
I can judge you all I want, mate.
You can do.
It's painful. Absolutely painful.
So we do. That's what I've started doing with my cereals now.
Have you genuinely been doing this?
Genuinely.
If you weigh your cereal, I'm on board with this because it's like a.
If I'm weighing it.
Yeah, like you got 20 grams. Because have you seen what an actual portion of cereals is?
Yeah, I do get it out of the cupboard and go, way!
Have you seen what? Yeah, have you seen what a portion of cereals actually equates to? No. So do you listen to the back, like 133 calories is like 35 grams of cereal. Yeah. Mate, that's like a thimble full. Yeah. I must have like a fucking mixing bowl full of cereal compared to what the dietary requirement is.
There's no wonder kids are going to school wired, though, is there?
Sugar. Oh, I love cereal. I love cereal in the morning. I love cereal in the
My
evening.
mum,
she loves it.
And I love cereal.
She loves cereal. Right, anyway, so let's go on this week's topic. What are we talking about this week, mate?
We're going to talk about... So it's coming up to... So it's 1st of May today. There's a couple of bank holidays coming up. We've got May half term coming up. And also the summer. So we thought we'd talk about days out.
Yeah, we will.
What can we potentially advise people on? Maybe places we've been. Maybe places that we'd like to go.
Yeah.
Places that we've got planned to go.
Oh, look at you. Boom. So, I'll start things off.
Go on then.
So this is a place that's free. Free to enter, which is great. I think it's educational. I think it's
not ruining it.
Mine is the Natural History Museum in London.
Yeah.
The new problem for us is London's a long way away for us. But what you're paying a train ticket down there is what you probably pay to get into somewhere around us for free.
Yeah. I think as well, obviously, from us, yeah, it is a long way. But there'll be people listening to this that are in London.
Yeah.
And I think as well, if you go to London to do some other stuff, this is an inside.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It opens doors up. So you could, like, do you know, if you want to, you're there for a few days and you think, right, I want to do Shard, I don't know if Shard's the thing, is it? What's that eye thing? The wheel thing.
London Eye.
Yeah, that as well. And Manchester Saws, they've got a costume, haven't they? But this is a freebie, so it's like a day where you can add some in to get
It is a freebie, and that's really good. I remember going years ago.
Oh, here we go.
And they kind of con you into buying a book, like a programme.
And? You're not big enough price to say, no, I don't want one, mate.
No, because I kind of wanted one, but I didn't want to pay a tenner for it.
No.
But then I think, what was the time? There was 4 of us sort of going.
$2.50 each. Bargain.
Yeah, and it's a good activity if it's a rainy day, isn't it?
So have you been to the Natural History Museum?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it's class.
Have you?
No, I want to go.
Well, how can you recommend it?
Because it's one of the things where I know it's free and I want to go. At the beginning of the segment, you said things you want to go. I should not go around saying it's somewhere I want to go.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I've done my research, so next time I'm in London, that is one thing I'm going to make sure I do.
Yeah.
Because I've been a few times, and because of our itinerary, I've not had a chance to do it.
There's a lot to do in London, isn't there?
Yeah, big time. So, but I want to go to the National Museum because, one, it's free.
It's
Northern, I
educational.
love a bit of freebie.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really interesting.
There is a lot of stuff in there that is interesting.
I want to see the big dinosaur.
It's on my. That's what I want to do this summer.
National Museum.
I want to do London because Andy's never been to London, and I think it's important to kind of know Houses of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, and a little bit of history behind that stuff. And when you see it on telly, I watched London Marathon last weekend, and
going past all the sites.
I just think it's class. Things like, but you can't do it all either. You know, if you go things like Cutty Sark, what's that? The Cutty Sark.
What's that?
Have you never heard of it? It's like a big boat that run past it in London Marathon.
Cutty Sark.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember doing it when I was little. And then there's that big, like, army boat in there on Thames and stuff like that.
Is there?
Yeah. But, like, when we went last year, didn't we?
Did we?
Was it you? But even things like the big red buses, the underground, I think that's all an experience.
Oh, yeah, I love it, yeah. Every time I've been in London, I've really enjoyed it, but we've had to cram so much in, like, you know, Buckingham Palace, and it was like we were going mad, you know, trying to get around, trying to cram everything in. It was knackering, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I wouldn't mind going, do you know, and having a day of this.
Yeah, so a recommendation is probably to have your kids a little bit older.
Is that what it is? So
well, what I'm thinking as well, Abu, when we went, Lexi was only little, and you kind of constantly want, I've got to get out of her arm on underground, and it can quite intimidating, can't it?
Oh yeah, big yeah. I meant natural history.
No, just in London as a whole.
But yeah, big time. Yeah.
I tell you what was with National History Museum, if I remember rightly, it was really busy.
Well, I'm not surprised, it's free, mate.
But like, there was a part where you kind of walked up like some steps and across like a landing, and then I think went down and then came up the other side. So you're sort of walking round, and it literally you bumper to bumper. I got, do you know, that close? Oh, and my hand in somebody else's pocket.
You've ruined it for me.
It was a part that you couldn't go halfway down and go, yeah, it's a bit busy in this room, let's go into that room. Do you know what I mean?
Wish it was closed then.
Like, you know, if you're queuing for a ride, like that type of thing.
What? Really?
You just literally people in front of you, and you was walking past stuff, and if obviously people stop and look, you can't really walk round them. Not a lot of chance to do that. But they have that massive dinosaur thing hanging from the roof.
That's what I'm saying.
It's pretty cool.
It
is a good place, and certainly we all like a freebie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with. I don't have a freebie. Oh, I do have a freebie. Sort of, and it's just getting out and doing something with you, like climbing a mountain. You know, I'm into walking. I just think it's good. You don't like it. You wouldn't do it, would you?
So I went yesterday. I took my mum to Derbyshire, and my mum was like, "Oh, that's the highest hill in the country." So obviously, a mountain's different to a hill, but there's a hill that's the highest hill. I looked at it and went, "Yeah, I can see it's green. And I can see it. I can see stuff. I'd run up it. To prove, you call me lazy, I'll run up it to prove a point. I'm not lazy. I can get up that hill, no worries. I've not got a problem. I can get up that hill, no sweats. I was like, it's a hill. Without being a poo-pooer, I don't get it.
What, like Mother Nature?
I've not got. I appreciate how nice a tree looks. I appreciate how nice a rock looks. And I appreciate how it's just the same old to me. I don't get the endorphins of.
So what about like when we've been cycling and stuff? How do you go? Because when we've been cycling, we see all sorts.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
And I'm like, I've not. Do you know what I mean? I'm not naive to go. Don't get it. I appreciate that it's a beautiful scenery. Like there's a point where yesterday where I was driving, we come up the top of this hill and we drop down to like a valley type thing. And I was like, that's really nice, but not to the point where I'm thinking I want to come back walking around here because I've just seen it as I've drove down it. Or
what is it? Not a sense of achievement. Not driving down something, walking up something.
No, but same principle. It's not that I can't do it, but why do I want to do it?
You could say that about anything.
Yeah, no, but
like my biggest thing is I like it, so I'm a bit other side of the fence. But I'd love to get my kids up a mountain or a big hill, at least to start with. if it gets them out the house, if it gets them off.
I get that, getting them out and doing things, and I think that's nice. Like we went to Yorkshire Dales last year, we walked up some big hills and stuff like that. But not once was I going, this is amazing, oh my God.
Maybe if you weren't with your family.
I need to do this all the time. But it was great to see them outside exercising and doing them sort of things. But I've been funny. But they exercise every day of the week. It's not as if my kids are sat glued to it. They play football, they play swimming, they do swimming, they do.
But they're all in their own town.
And yeah, which once again, I completely see what you're saying. But I still don't get this whole, like, everyone got like a big raging hard-on for climbing a mountain. I don't get it.
I don't get it. It surprises me that you feels like you're massively against
I'm not against it, because if you said to me tomorrow, Leon, we need to go walk, I don't know,
big hill.
Snowdon, let's go do Snowdon. I'd be like, let's do it then.
It's a bit of a trek.
No, but don't worry,
tomorrow. I'm busy.
I'm like, let's do it. I've no problem doing it, because it's not as if I physically can't do it. It's not as if
maybe you need to get to that point and go, I've got to the top of this. I've achieved.
Yeah,
something.
but I can put money on right now. I will get to the top of the hill and go, wow, how beautiful is this? But it won't change me in any way. It will not make me go. No.
What are you looking for change for?
I don't know. Maybe that's a problem. I'm looking for somewhere that I'm not going to get.
I don't get to the top. I'll get to the top and I look round and think, this is pretty impressive. I can see for miles. And then I walk down. I'm not going, sitting at the top, crossing my legs,
buttering
taking my shoes off.
So maybe I think I need to get more out of it than I should be getting out of it.
I think you get out of it what you want to get out of it. It's just a sense of achievement for me, and getting in the outdoors and getting some fresh air and stuff like that. A bit wind in your face, a bit wind in your chops.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rain on your back, sweat on your butt.
Seems like an effort of my liking.
Give us another one.
No reward. Eureka Science Museum at Huddersfield. Oh man, it's brilliant.
I've never been, but the kids have been. We've
been a few times. It was one of our go-tos for at least 5 years. Any holidays, anything, let's go Eureka.
Are you
brilliant?
Have your kids got above that age-wise, do you think now?
I think if I took them, they'd be all right. But I think Ava's definitely just that one side of the novelty of it. Noah would be probably all right. But like I said, for 5 years, we was there every holiday we go. Like I say, I think it's absolutely brilliant. For educational purposes. It's like subliminal learning, isn't it? They don't realise they're learning.
Yeah, like I said, I've not been, but I've seen like they've got like a big mouth and it shows you like teeth.
Yeah, so you can brush. Yeah, all that jazz.
Yeah, that's good. And price range?
Reasonable. I'm tight-fisted. I'll be honest. And every time I've been, it's not as if I've gone, whoa, bloody hell. So I can't say exactly off the top of my head because I've not researched enough to actually say what the price range is. I know I've been a lot.
Roughly, kind of what. Because
I'm going to say for a family of 4, 35 quid, probably somewhere around that region, 30, 35 quid.
Nice.
And I pulled that on my ass. If I'm miles off, then I apologise. But
35 quid each.
Probably not me.
Yorkshire Sculpture Park.
Yorkshire Sculpture Park.
Yeah, so it's sort of top end of Leeds.
Yeah.
It does cost to get in, but it don't cost a lot.
Ooh, what's it doing?
I think you're maybe talking about 15 quid. The student discount. In fact, I think it's like under 22s are free, which is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yes,
22.
Yes, there was a really weird age that it was like, So, reasonably priced, loads of outdoor space, and there's some pretty cool sculptures to watch.
Is it art? Is it like an art area? Do you know,
yeah,
like outdoor art?
I would have said outdoor art, but there's a lot as well, so it's quite spread out. So you're kind of having to walk to go see one, but they're so big that you can see them. You're not trying to find them. You walk through some sort of trees and stuff like that, and there's some moo cows.
Cabin moo cows.
Which is pretty cool because you're very close to them. And yeah, it was good. It's good. If you get there on a good day and you can have a picnic and kick a ball about and stuff like that, I think you could definitely spend a few hours there.
Nice.
I would recommend that, I think. Somewhere where I've seen signs for it and then just thought, nah, not really, no. And then, you get an opportunity to go.
Yeah.
You go, and it's pretty good.
Right, that's on this summer's list, I think.
I would recommend it. I think your kids would like it. And like I say, once I've seen sculptures, there's loads of grass area just to kind of run about and like say, picnic and stuff like that. There is a cafe and stuff and that there, but thrifty. We've got this fake credit crunch thing going on.
Yeah, big time fake. I never don't like it. Brim Rocks. Love Brim Rocks.
Which kind of contradicts, really, doesn't it? A little bit of what you don't like climbing a mountain.
No, I'm not there.
Rock climb.
I'm not there because it's rock climbing. It's like climbing up and down things. It's like it's not as if I've trudged up a hill. I can see that I'm going. It's like a footpath. I've actually climbed up and down rocks. That's different. I'm not having it. That's massively different. Massively different.
What do you kind of think when you get to the top of these rocks?
Nothing. I don't think. Ooh.
I've been Brim Rocks. Good. We cycled right up there as well, didn't we?
I did. Thanks.
Oh, right, sorry.
I went with you that time.
But yeah, and it is nice around there. It's a trek though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about an hour and 15 from where we are.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Should you go past Pennines?
No, it's northern. It's Weatherby way, isn't it?
I said it was a lot longer than that. But you maybe drive faster.
It's driving over here.
I drive steady.
Yeah, we've been Brim Rocks a few times. You just pay for your parking, off you go. That's all it is. Take it back up, same principle.
You can as well pay like a fee to join the national parks, can't you?
I don't know, can you?
Yeah, so you can pay a fee and then you don't have to pay when you get there. So you pay so much for it and then you can go visit them all. The problem we've got is that Brim Rocks is the closest one to us.
And the rest are like down south and like down.
Yeah, a lot northwest.
Yeah.
One of Lake District.
Yeah.
A lot of that around Lake District. So it's not really worth it unless you're going to do 2 or 3, maybe a bit more in a year.
Yeah.
But if you're in that side of the country, then it's a cheaper way of doing it. Yeah.
Like I say, we've always enjoyed Brim Rocks because it's like I say, once again, it's the outdoors, getting the kids out. I enjoy.
There's actually a walking path that kind of goes round it and through it. Well, it just changes from climbing.
Last time we went to Brim Rocks, it was like an orienteering event. So like a kids one and like an intermediate one. There was like an adults one. We did all 3.
Oh, nice.
I absolutely loved it. I love orienteering.
Yeah.
There's the sense of, I said to kids, we did kids one. We like sort of like went round just to get the bearings of what's going on, and then like the intermediate and the adults one, I was like, right, we need to run this, guys. It was like, the adult one was like 5K, and I was like, we need to run this, we need to run it. So it was like running. Do you know what I mean? Come on, Amy, keep up, man. We're back, like back horse.
Everything back, left, right.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I got proper competitive, and then we had a look on like name pops up in like top 20 a day, something like that. I was like, yeah, that's us, guys, that's us.
I like Brim Rocks. Again, it's a sunny day out, though, isn't it? You need a decent weather day out.
Yeah, I think we've been a couple of times when it's been not great weather, but still it's all right. I just think, we'll get back from the edge. It's like, right.
Yeah, I think as well, where Brim Rocks is some nice little villages and that around there. Again, we cycle through units.
Is there?
Yeah, I remember going somewhere once and I got a lovely pie.
Oh,
I do like
nostalgia.
Yeah, I think I got ice cream as well.
A pie. Bloody pie.
My final one is sort of top end of if you've got some cash to spend. Alton Towers.
Yeah.
Andy is obsessed with Alton Towers at the moment. She absolutely loves it. It's a birthday soon, and that's all she wants to do is go to Alton Towers. And she knows all the facts.
All the facts?
Yeah, if you ask her something about Alton Towers, when did it open? When did so-and-so ride? When was that? She's like, oh yeah, it's like 19. She knows it all. She knows them all.
It's impressive.
So she wants to do that. It's a good day out. You've got to be prepared to queue.
Yeah.
You've got to plan yourself quite well as well, I think.
I think Alton Towers, you need to hit it before the season starts. So there's a time where the season kicks in and it's like the school trips. So all the schools seem to descend like June, July. But there's like a small window where schools are still there but not there, and the tourism hasn't quite started.
Yeah.
I've been a few times where I'm like, it's quite quiet. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I'd recommend as well if you go to use the app.
They've got an app these days.
The app will tell you queue times for everything.
Oh, nice.
The only problem that you got with that is that because it is so spread out, if you go, I want to go across to like where Oblivion and that is.
Yeah.
By the time you've got across there,
the queue is massive.
Yeah. So you might go, it's only a 20-minute queue. Let's head across there. And I think what you find is that you shoot from side to side. So actually, you need need a little bit of a plan to get around. I'm pretty certain that they charge you for parking now, which feels a bit
Yeah,
They didn't
always,
used to.
no, I think they've always like tenner for parking. I think there's
No,
always been.
I've been years ago, and you didn't pay for parking because you paid a stupid amount of money to get in. It just feels just a bit more dirty. You pay all that money for your tickets because you're talking what, 40 quid per person. 40
Yeah,
quid?
easy. Yeah. I mean, but I happened back to mum to Derbyshire. Well, we were planning on. I was dropping her off for a meal she was having. And I was going to take the kids when we go swimming at Alton Towers. But the price, wow,
Yeah,
proper expensive. To the point where I was like, it's a 2-hour swim you get, like a 2-hour window for swimming, 88 quid for 4 of us. I was like, damn.
the thing is as well, you queue.
Even at swimming, you queue.
Yeah, because what you find at them big places, we've been to the swimming place. To be fair, we got a decent price when we went. It was one of them small victories. So there was 2 price slots available, and we booked for the later one, which was a cheaper one. So booked and paid for that one. Then got there early, which would have put her into the higher bracket one. And we just said, "Oh, we've got here early. Is there any chance of going in early?" We're like, "Yeah, no worries." So we paid the cheaper price, got at the busy time, which was good. Towards the end of the session, don't get any quieter. To be fair, you are in. You can. I thought you could go in all day.
It said 2 hours. So I was looking at the 1 o'clock slot. It was 88 quid for 4 of us, and it said a minimum of 2 hours. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
I suppose the minimum's 2 hours, but then surely they've got a bather ratio. Because I looked at it, it said 8 available for the 1 o'clock and 20 available for the 3 o'clock. So surely if you're in that one, surely they can kick you out.
I don't get how they do it. They must be quite magical in how they do it, or they just expect people to naturally leave after, say, 3 or 4 hours. But yeah, they have sessions on, but you find that, like say, within them big water park places, you're queuing for a mat or a big rubber ring, and then you go queue in slide queue. And if you're only in for 2 hours, you can find yourself queuing. Yeah, you could maybe get on two or three slides max. If you're only in for that long.
Like I say, we sacked it off because it was like, bloody hell, it's expensive for what we're going to get out of that. But the actual theme park, like I say, 10 till 4, whatever it is, bargain, really, for what you're getting.
Yeah, I think if you go, you just need a plan. You just need to kind of think, these are the rides we want to get on, and anything else is a bit of a bonus.
Yeah.
And I think if you go with that in mind, you're all right. I've got a not great.
An
unrecommendation.
Damn.
You've been to Annnnd the Dads?
Yeah.
What do you think?
All right, yeah. Didn't mind it.
I want a fan. Because I just think some of them are good. Or I'm maybe in that way you kind of go, oh yeah, that's a waxwork, or that's a waxwork.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, because that's like, well, it's not the real thing. It might as well have portrait of someone. Do you know what I mean? It's this equivalent of, do you know what I mean?
And some of them, don't get me wrong, some of them are great.
Some look terrible.
Some are not great. This one at Blackpool, which
hang on, Blackpool Manchester Stores is not Manchester Stores of London, is it?
It's a waxwork place, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but they're massively different.
All right. The one at London, overpriced, bit rubbish. The one in Blackpool, overpriced, shit. It's like someone left them next to the radiator.
Oh dear.
So yeah, I'm not a fan. I think because you kind of go around and go, I've seen them all.
Yeah,
they don't do anything, do they?
No. And you have a photo of them, and it's like you stood with someone who you think that it looks like them, but don't quite look like them. Do you know, like you have a photo of someone, it's meant to be like, oh, you've had a photo with such and such. Well, no, it didn't look like them enough.
No. So an unrecommendation for me would be
Annnnd the Dads.
Wow. Do you want another?
Go on, yeah.
The Deep.
The Deep.
Yeah.
I've been a few times Deep. I'm not that bad to say unrecommendation. My big thing with the Deep was I didn't realise, so someone pointed out, it's one big tank and you're walking around the same tank. Yeah. I didn't realise that.
I went.
The Penguin's a bit different, but
yeah. So when I went years and years ago. It would only been up in a couple of years. I took Ellie when she was really small, so that's how long ago. I just wanted to throw with it. I think part of my problem, I'm sure I've said this to you before, is when you've been to like Florida and you've done SeaWorld,
yes, one with dolphins,
and you've done all that, coming back to anything in this country that sounds really tight, and I don't mean, but Alton Towers is kind of the closest thing I can feel you can get to that.
Yeah.
We did Harry Potter World, which was good. As somebody that's not a Harry Potter fan as well, but again, do.
Do you recommend it? Because I want to do it.
Yeah, what you've got to do, you've got to give yourself time to watch and read stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff around.
It's in London, isn't it?
Yeah, Watford. It's just outside.
Because we did Harry Potter World at Universal and rode the Hogwarts Express and stuff like that. And it was like in the villages, so it was amazing. But yeah, I'll complain doing the one at London because both mine two would love Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think there's stuff in there. Again, the other thing is you've got to be careful how much you spend because there's stuff in there, photographs and stuff like that.
I don't think I've got like a not recommendation. I think you pick your wins out of whatever you're doing. Do you know, like so one man's treasure is another man's shit, isn't it?
And you've got that's exactly it. And you've got to try these things as well to make them worthwhile. That's mine. But yeah, London's on my list. I want to do London this year.
Yeah.
But again, it's day do, isn't it? I think you've got to be prepared where everywhere you go nowadays is a day do. And day do and be prepared to queue.
Day do and prepared to queue.
Yeah. Boom. We'll just end it there.
Right.
Do you have a listener problem this week?
I don't have this problem.
I do.
Good lad.
I do.
Bails us out as always.
I can't remember which one it's on. It's a bit of a romantic one. Is it a romantic one? It's a couples one. So it was from, I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, it don't really matter, does it? So basically he was saying he's now with his new partner of 4 months and she's still got photos of her ex on her phone. How long should you be keeping these photos?
So this I find really weird. Like, so if it's on your phone, keep it. It's your history, it's your life, it's whatever. Do you know, like you'll go on, like I've had friends that have been couples, whatever, and you go back on their social media, whatever, and it's like that other person didn't exist. Like, you know, so all the things you might have done. So it's like me and Amy spend loads of time doing things together, and then we break up, whatever, and I go, right, every photo that's got Amy, and I'm going to delete out my phone. Well, that's just history of what I've done. And even if you're going to go with a new partner, you set your stall out and go, look, I was once previously married, or I was once previously had a relationship, and by the way, this is the person. So therefore, as long as that person doesn't crop up in the future, then what's the problem?
Yeah, well, that fits in quite nicely with what we've kind of talked about today. So if you was to get a new partner and suddenly go, I've never been to Alton Towers before, and you go, I have, went a few times with my missus.
Yeah.
Them type of things, but it's just about being.
But what I'd go is like, I've been. I say what, I'll show you real good spots there. Round the back of this ride, we can get jiggy. Do you know what I mean? No, you make it best you can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you've got to be expecting.
Who lives in a world where they don't think someone's got a past?
Yeah.
If you're young, I get it's slightly different, but we're adults. Therefore, if I ever split from my missus, please don't leave me, love. Then there's got to be an understanding that we've had some sort of previous relationship. Do you know what I mean? I've not just been dropped on the earth at 36 years old. Do you know what I mean? And gone
37 now.
36. Take that back. I'm sick of people saying like I've had 40 all week. It's been unbelievable.
So we're saying get over it.
Yeah, big time. Get over it. Who cares?
God.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You've got a life. You've had a previous life. Don't be shied away from what your previous life was. Who cares?
Yeah, and don't try and sort of build yourself up to be on par with maybe somebody else.
Yeah.
Previous.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Good place to end. Good bit of advice, that.
Yeah, just get on with life, man.
Life's
too fucking short. Get on with it. Have some fun once in life.
Go out and climb that bloody mountain.
Fuck that shit.
I'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday, mate. Stay safe.
Keep smiling.
Hey.
You're on record duty.